When it comes to your retirement, do you want to have the same old plan everyone else has? Of course not. You're unique and have your own goals and dreams. Don't be treated just like a number. This is your retirement. So it's time to think differently. And you're in luck because you found the Retire Your Way podcast with Dave Lopez, founder and managing member of ILG Financial. At ILG Financial, you won't find generic run-of-the-mill plans containing the same old cookie-cutter solutions. Dave and the ILG Financial team focus on building one retirement at a time using their Think Differently philosophy. And that means your own comprehensive plan with customized solutions built to achieve just one goal, yours. So put on your Think Differently hats and get ready to take back control of your retirement today. And for all the tomorrows to come, ILG's Financial Retire Your Way podcast was created just for you, and it's starting right now.
Welcome to the Retire Your Way podcast with Dave Lopez, founder of ILG Financial. My name is Ron Stutz. Glad you decided to listen today. And this is going to be a very special show. I'll tell you all about that in just a second here. But first, let me give you the contact information for ILG Financial. If you'd like to arrange to have a one-on-one conversation about your situation, call this number, 540-720-5656. That is 540-720-5656. Again, we appreciate your listening to this podcast, and I mentioned it's going to be a very special show, and indeed it is, because today on the show we have Chase Lopez. And Chase, I really want to welcome you to the podcast, and glad to talk to you, glad to be with you today.
Hey, Ron, glad to be with you as well. Great to meet you, and I'm just happy to talk to the listeners today.
Yeah, we have a lot of ground to cover here, and I am looking forward to spending a little time with you. I've heard a lot about you from my conversations with Dave, so tell me a little bit about what your connection is to ILG Financial.
Yeah, so over here at ILG, myself and Dave, we really pride ourselves on building out these financial plans for our clients where all of their kind of financial goals are taken into consideration. And not only that, I help Dave build out those plans, and also he likes to say I'm in the back crunching all the numbers, making sure that everyone has enough money to make sure they can do what they want to do.
Well, everybody needs a number cruncher. As a matter of fact, I could use one of those too if you get some extra time. Hey, tell me a little bit more about your background. Where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so born and raised right here in Prince William County, Virginia. Some of our listeners are probably familiar with the area, being local here. So grew up here all of my childhood.
All right, well, let's give everybody an opportunity to really get to know you here, digging deep. When you were a kid growing up, what kind of things did you like to do?
Oh, man. So, Ron, I was actually one of those kids that was always active, always doing something, right? So growing up here in Virginia with, all of the nature things that we have to do, loved being outside, played a bunch of sports as well, football, basketball, baseball, the whole gambit.
Yep.
But yeah, so just been active kid all the time.
Yeah. What schools did you go to and all that kind of thing? Because I know a lot of our listeners were probably familiar with these places.
Yeah, so grew up in Dale City, Virginia, went to Enterprise Elementary School, then went to Marsteller Middle School here in Bristow, Virginia, and then also graduated from Stonewall Jackson in Manassas. So I've been all over the county, but born and raised here in Prince William. Then
after high school, you took it on into college, and tell us a little bit about that. Where'd you go?
Yeah, so I went to James Madison University, also pretty local here.
Yeah, yep. Great school. Mm-hmm. And what brought you to James Madison? Just because you wanted to stay local, or what was the story there?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was part of it. But Dave and my father, actually, they both went to JMU as well. So it kind of runs in the family in that sense. But it's really a beautiful campus, and it's grown so much over the past decade or so. So super proud to be an alumni there. So just to clarify here, Dave is your uncle. Is that correct? Yes, he is. Mm-hmm. Oh, fantastic. So, you've been close with him, I guess, your entire life. What did you study when you were at James Madison? Yeah, so I was actually a business management major. To be honest, the financial industry, I kind of fell into it. When I came back, when I started up with Dave, I saw how much he was really helping out our clients and really painting a financial picture for them that where they could succeed. And I saw how he was helping people with that stuff, and it really kind of drew me into the business.
Well, Dave has told me before that when he gets up in the morning and looks in the mirror, he thinks, who am I going to help today? And it sounds like you have basically the same mindset, just a genuine desire to go out there and help people improve their lives.
Hey, and that's what it's all about, right, Ron? I mean, a lot of these people, they've saved their whole life. They're getting to this critical part of their lives where they won't have a paycheck anymore, and they're entering this unknown world of retirement. So really what we're here to do is just kind of to help them navigate those uncharted waters.
So you grew up in Virginia, and you're here now in Virginia. Of course, the ILG Financial office is in Stafford. And I heard that you spent a lot of time in California. What in the world brought you all the way across the country and back again?
So it's a great question, Ron. So as the listeners now know, I grew up here in Northern Virginia my entire life. Lived in the same county my entire life with my family. So once I had graduated college, I'd really thought, hey, what else is out there? Where else can I kind of
hang your hat?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that, Ron. So naturally, I picked, probably the most different place from Northern Virginia you could possibly imagine. So Los Angeles, California.
Oh my goodness.
So my then girlfriend, now fiance, after I graduated college, we packed the car up and didn't have a job out there or anything like that, but moved out there, lived there successfully for 4 years. And then, naturally with family being here in Virginia, her family's here in Virginia as well. We just wanted to come back, be closer to family. We had kind of done our thing there, but it was a great experience. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Gosh, that was, the most outstanding memory. One of the most outstanding memories I've ever had is driving across country. My son lived in Oregon for a while, and so we drove all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, and it's just an amazing thing that, I think everybody should experience that. So I'm sure you got a lot out of that. And now you're back, so you're living in the local area now, right?
Oh, yeah. So actually live with my fiance, Samantha. We live in Warrenton, Virginia, so about 30 minutes away from the office here. We bought a house there with a big yard. We have a puppy as well. Her name is Aurora. She's a husky, so constant energy. She keeps me busy, definitely, when I'm not here at the office.
No kidding. Well, I have a 100-pound German Shepherd, so I know what that's
Yep.
like.
So you know how it goes.
But a husky is really a beautiful dog. I love those. Does she have blue eyes?
Interestingly enough, she has the thing where she has one blue eye and one brown eye.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of extraordinary things to go with, and a lot of celebrating, I'm sure, that you have going on right now. You said that she is your fiance. When are you getting married?
So actually getting married right now, it's October of 2021. So we're actually getting married February of 2022. And it's been a long time in the making. We've been together for about 10 years now, going back to right after high school. So it's been a long time coming. Her family will definitely tell you that as well. But yeah, it's very exciting. We're getting married actually in the Caribbean in St. Lucia this coming February. So it'll be very exciting getting the family together, being able to celebrate us. Couldn't be more excited.
So it's going to be a destination wedding, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. And so she has been, I'm guessing, I mean, this is the way it usually is, she has been really excited about this, planning it and all that kind of thing, and you're just trying to stay out of the way?
Oh, you hit it right on the head there, Ron. It's funny. She's been planning this wedding probably since she was about 10 years old, before I was even in the picture. I'm just along for the ride.
You're just filling a spot there.
Yep, exactly.
I'm just kidding. It's going to be great. Well, you have a special connection with Dave Lopez, and that not all our listeners may be aware of. And we mentioned earlier that he is your uncle. Tell us a little bit more about your relationship with Dave Lopez.
Yeah, so Dave's not only my uncle, he's also my godfather, and he's my dad is his older brother. Right. So we grew up, Megan, she works in the office here, my cousin as well. Right. So we all grew up here in Northern Virginia, always hanging out. We would always spend the holidays together. So I definitely have been close with Dave ever since, as long as I can remember. And it's funny, whenever we talk to folks about him bringing me on, he always tells them that I had the longest job interview of any of his employees. Going on 28 years now. It's a constant interview. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, I suppose you passed the audition, as the Beatles once said. Hey, you're listening to the Retire Your Way podcast with normally with Dave Lopez. Today, Chase Lopez. On the podcast with us. And let me remind you again, the number to call if you'd like to get in touch with ILG Financial is 540-720-5656. Chase, it sounds as if ILG Financial is a real family business. It seems like a lot of the folks involved with the business are part of your family, and that makes it really special.
Oh, yeah. And I think really when you talk about us here at ILG Financial and bringing that family experience, whenever we bring in new clients or our existing clients, we want them to feel like family as well. So kind of working with family and having that family atmosphere around us all the time really, I think, helps us convey that to our clients.
Now, you mentioned you've been on the world's longest job interview, 27 years. And, I know you've had a close relationship with Dave over all these years, but what's it like working with him at ILG Financial? I'm sure it's worlds different from your relationship growing up.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a little bit different. I would say Dave's a great manager, great leader of people. So it's funny. Him and I always have this conversation kind of off the cuff. There's work Dave and Chase, and then there's outside of work Dave and Chase. And both have a great relationship, but it is a little bit different, right? Mm-hmm. But no, he's a great leader here, and he's done a great job of showing me the ropes here and getting me up to speed on everything that we do here. So just very thankful for the opportunity.
Well, would you consider Dave to be a role model or maybe a mentor of sorts?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's kind of built this business up over the last 12 years to where it's at today. We have about 7 employees here at the office, over 300 clients. So he's built a really successful and a really good business that helps a lot of people here in the community. So I don't really think there's kind of a better person to look up to when you're kind of entering the industry like this.
You mentioned 300 clients, and I know that a lot of the clients listening to this podcast today will cherish the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. So tell us about your experience in the financial industry and some of the ways you've helped people in the past.
Yeah, so obviously with my degree in business management, had a little bit of experience with finance there in school. And then after I graduated college, went out into the workforce there in California. So I went into the management training program with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And I'm not too sure if you're familiar with it, Ron, but just to let the listeners know, it's a very highly thought of management training program. Mm-hmm. So worked my way up through that. Ended up being the general manager of all of the luxury or exotic cars, as they would call them, there in Los Angeles.
Right.
So I had a lot of experience there as far as managing a business. When we're talking about profit loss, things of that nature, I have a lot of experience there. And as we alluded to earlier, when I came back here to the East Coast, back to Virginia, and saw what Dave was doing and really helping people kind of navigate this part of their lives, really drew me in. So I've always been kind of a numbers guy, love crunching the numbers, love my Excel spreadsheets, big fan of those. So that kind of naturally drew me in to the industry. But really what it was all about for me is just seeing how much help Dave was able to give these clients when navigating those treacherous waters of retirement, as they would say.
Well, it certainly sounds like you are the perfect person to work and help people get to and through retirement. And from all my conversations in the past with Dave Lopez, I can see how, he's such an inspiring guy, and it would be easy to get inspired by him. Like Dave, it sounds as if you sincerely want the best for your clients. And as a fiduciary, you're in a position now to really make a positive impact on the lives of all those clients out there and all those potential clients.
Oh, yeah. And I think the biggest thing for me when Dave brought me on is he really showed me kind of the right way to do this business. When you put your customers first, you put your clients first, the money will kind of always follow. This industry is littered, unfortunately, with a lot of advisors out there that are just looking to make the next buck. Yeah. But I really do believe in what Dave is kind of building here. So, and that's why I've stayed on, and that's why I came on.
So for somebody out there who's listening to this right now and they'd like to come in and have a conversation with you for the very first time, what do you propose to offer these folks?
Yeah, so really what we bring to the table, Ron, is we're going to build out for our clients a complete financial plan for their retirement to include income. We're talking about tax efficiency. We're talking about estate planning, risk mitigation, because as you know, once we get to retirement, we're not 20 anymore. We don't have 30 years of our lives to make up for losses. So really when these folks come into our office, this is really the first time they've sat down and looked at their investments and how exactly they perform. What we really want to do is build out a complete financial plan that for our clients addresses their specific goals, whether it be income in retirement, maybe passing money on to your heirs, or maybe it's, hey, I'm going to, sail around the world. Whatever the case may be, we just want to make sure that our clients are positioned to be as successful as possible to achieve those goals.
Well, I certainly think that Dave Lopez has taught you well, and you're going to fit right in there with all you do to help the clients at ILG Financial. A great place to work and a great place to come visit. If you are listening to this podcast today and you're thinking about getting to and through retirement, you want to do it the most efficient way possible to avoid paying more taxes than you absolutely need to pay. We all need to pay our fair share, but you don't want to pay more than you have to. Well, then get in touch with ILG Financial and have a conversation with Chase Lopez, who would love to meet you. And I know that you are a busy guy, so I'll let you go right now. Thanks so much for your time today, Chase. Great to finally talk to you. And is there anything else you want people to know about you or your involvement at ILG Financial?
Well, thanks for the time from you as well, Ron. But yeah, just excited to be here, helping people achieve their goals in retirement. And I'm always accessible and reachable here at the office. So just give the office a call, and Megan or Michelle, they'll share my calendar, and they would be happy to get you on my calendar, and we can just have a conversation. Would love to connect with all the listeners out there. And thanks for having me.
All right. Dave Lopez, ladies and gentlemen, is normally on this podcast, but today, Chase Lopez. And a real pleasure to get to know Chase a little bit better. And if you'd like to get in touch with ILG Financial to talk about your retirement planning, 540-720-5656. That is 540-720-5656. All that sounds great, Chase. And if you head over to the About Us page on ILGfinancial.com, there is some more great information about Chase, including an 8x10 color photo suitable for framing, if you'd like to put that on your wall. The rest of the ILG Financial team is featured there as well. And as always, if you're ready to take a look at your retirement plan and find a way to achieve your goals, give the office a call at 540-720-5656 to speak with Dave or Chase. This is the Retire Your Way podcast. Thank you so much for listening. The information provided is for educational purposes only and is not intended as investment advice for any individual or entity. All information contained herein is believed to be from reliable sources. However, we make no representation as to its completeness or accuracy. The views presented today are those of Dave Lopez and do not necessarily represent the views of the Alpha Star Capital Management, LLC. The opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and do not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. Please consult your financial professional before executing any financial strategy. Investment advisory services offered through Alpha Star Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Alpha Star and ILG Financial, LLC are independent entities. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of the firm by the Commission, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill or ability.